First train inaugurated in Cox's Bazar, channel of deep sea port in Matarbari. Not selection, Jatiya Party wants real election. Macron, Salman calls on Israel for Gaza ceasefire, Netanyahu rejects. Bangladesh lose to Australia by 8 wickets. Those were the headlines. This is ATN News. Good evening, viewers. I'm Ricei with English Bulletin. For the first time, Dream Train in Cox's Bazar, and Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina went to Ramu as a passenger in that train. The long way to reach Cox's Bazar directly by a train from the capital is over. Inaugurating the rail line on Saturday, the Prime Minister said, Awami League creates and BNP only knows how to destroy. Sheikh Abdul Salam has more.
Dream train in the town. On Saturday, the train arrived for the first time in Cox's Bazar, the town with the longest beach in the world. Cox's Bazar also has the country's only iconic oyster-shaped railway station when it opens at the same time. This morning, 102 kilometers of railway from Dohajari of Chattogram to Cox's Bazar. At the same time, Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina opened the iconic railway station. On the occasion, the Prime Minister said, in the rally organized at Cox's Bazar iconic railway station, the railway sector was neglected during the tenure of BNP-led government. After Awami League came to power, new projects have been taken to revive the railways. Criticizing BNP, she said their minds are dark. Those who kill people with arson must be resisted. After the inauguration ceremony, the Prime Minister boarded the train from Cox's Bazar iconic railway station after buying the ticket. Before that, she signaled the train to leave by waving the flag. The first train of the new route headed towards Ramu station with the Prime Minister. The railway line that the people of Cox's Bazar dreamed in 50 years after independence, that dream came true with the hands of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. Thousands of people on both sides of the railway line were standing to express their thanks. Excited about the dream train journey, the Prime Minister said it is like a dream come true for her also. The Prime Minister has promised that arrangements will be made to go to Cox's Bazar by train from all over the country. Not only this railway line, the government has invested about Taka 3 lakh crore in 77 projects, including 25 mega projects across Cox's Bazar. Cox's Bazar, the main tourist hub of the country, is being transformed into international standard infrastructure, including railway, airport, deep sea port, electricity, energy, and tourism, which will play a role not only in the region but also in the economy of the country as a whole. Sheikh Salam, Desk Report, ATN News.
Not selection. For the sake of stability of the country, a fair election is necessary, says Jatiya Party Chairman G.M. Kadir. The leaders of the party expressed gratitude when several lawyers went to their Bonani office to attend Jatiya Party. Claiming that Jatiya Party founder Hussein Mohammad Ershad was a popular leader, co-chairman Qazi Firoz Rashid said, people now want Jatiya Party in power as they annoyed to Awami League and BNP. Secretary General Mujibul Haq Chunnu said, this time, Jatiya Party will not go for polls to legitimize any party and will not show interest in alliance if distribution of seats are not justified. India has been very clear to the United States in various discussions that developments and elections are Bangladesh domestic matter, its Foreign Secretary Vinay Mohan Quatra has said. Quatra faced questions about US concern over Bangladesh upcoming general election and China's influence on the country in India-US discussions. The discussion took place after a meeting between Indian External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar, US Secretary of State Antony Blinken, Indian Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, and US Secretary of Defence Lloyd Austin. The meeting held in New Delhi on Friday as the US is stepping up efforts to counter China's influence on the Indo-Pacific region. But the US has raised questions about fairness of polls in Bangladesh and imposed visa restrictions on Bangladeshis who undermine the democratic election process, besides sanctions on the Rapid Action Battalion over violation of human rights. French President Emmanuel Macron called on Israel to stop bombing Gaza. Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman also called for an end to the war. Meanwhile, US diplomats have warned America will lose a generation of support in the Arab world if it continues to support Israel's destruction.
Aid organizations sounding the alarm.
French President Emmanuel Macron called on Israel to stop bombing Gaza. In an interview given to BBC at the Elysee Palace, he said there is no justification for such indiscriminate attacks. He also thinks Israel will benefit from the ceasefire. However, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu rejected Macron's call.
But we seek to give.
At the Africa-Saudi Summit in Riyadh, Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman called for an immediate end to the fighting in Gaza. Saying Israel is violating international law, Salman called for an end forced displacement of Palestinians. Qatar's Amir Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani and Egypt's President Fattah al-Sisi expressed anger on the same issue. They discussed strategies to stop Israeli aggression in the meeting. European Council President Charles Michel said, while welcoming Israel's 4-hour daily break initiative, it is not enough. He called for a humanitarian pause for relief aid to reach. Meanwhile, US diplomats have warned America will lose a generation of support in the Arab world if it continues to support Israel's destruction. The message from the US Embassy in Egypt was also sent to the FBI and CIA. Israeli forces are targeting hospitals in Gaza. At least 15 people were killed in attacks on Al-Shifa, the largest hospital in Gaza. In addition to being treated at hospital, hundreds of Palestinians have taken refuge with their families. Al-Rantisi Children's Hospital is surrounded by Israeli soldiers. The World Health Organization has expressed outrage over this incident. Earlier, at least 50 people were killed in an attack on the school used as a shelter. The number of people leaving northern Gaza is increasing day by day. Every day, hundreds of Palestinians leave their homes and move to the south. Sheikh Salam, Desk Report, ATN News.
You're watching ATN News. This is English Bulletin. Some people want to use the movement of the RMG workers for political purpose. It is not expected. Planning Minister M.A. Mannan made the comment. He said this after the inauguration of the construction 930-meter road in Shantiganj Upazila of Sunamganj. Next election will settle whether development activities continue or hindered in Bangladesh. Jubo League chairman Sheikh Fozle Shams Porosh made the comment. He made the comment after placing wreaths at the portrait of Bangabandhu at Dhanmondi, along with leaders and activists marking the 51st founding anniversary of Jubo League on Saturday morning. The Jubo League chairman urged the leaders and activists to start working from now to make the Awami League winner in the next general election. Around 9:30 a.m., they went to Bonani graveyard. They paid tribute to the Jubo League founder Sheikh Fozle Haq Moni and others who were assassinated on August 15 in 1975. As a youth wing of Awami League, Jubo League had started its journey on November 11 in 1972. The country and the nation will remain well if Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina remains in power. Vice Chancellors and teachers have made such observation at a views exchange meeting to protest terrorism, militancy and bad politics. Education, Research and Development Forum organized by the meeting at the Mother Language Institute in capital Segunbagicha on Saturday. Vice Chancellors and teachers of various universities including Ricei University, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujib Medical University, Bangladesh University of Technology spoke at the program. Famed music composer, singer A.R. Rahman's version of poet and songwriter Kazi Nazrul Islam's classic song Kararoi Loho Kapat has sparked diverse reactions amongst listeners and admirers of Nazrul Songit. Originally written and composed by the national poet of Bangladesh, Kazi Nazrul Islam, also known as the revolutionary poet, the song Kararoi Loho Kapat holds a strong emotion in the Bengali audience. It is considered one of the most famous protest songs penned in the Bangla language. The song has always been close to Bengali and remained a testament to revolution. The song was written as a protest against English colonizers in India. A.R. Rahman remastered the song, which is celebrated for its revitalizing lyrics and historical significance, for the film Pipa, based on the premise of an India-Pakistan war in 1971, starring Ishan Khattar and Mrunal Thakur. Jagannath University Vice-Chancellor Professor Dr. Imdadul Haq is no more. Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi rajiun. He died at a Dhaka hospital on Saturday. Professor Imdadul Haq had been suffering from cancer and he breathed his last around 5 a.m. on Saturday. He was earlier taken to Singapore for better treatment. He recently returned to Dhaka and was undergoing treatment at a private hospital in Dhaka. Professor Imdadul had been serving as Vice-Chancellor of Jagannath University since 1st June 2021. Prior to that, he served as a professor and dean at the Department of Botany of University of Dhaka. Now, news from around the world. Russian President Vladimir Putin visited the commander of Russia's operation in Ukraine and other top military brass. The meeting came after Ukraine claimed counter-offensive gains on the southeastern front. Kremlin said Putin held the meeting at the southern headquarters of Special Military Operation Group in Rostov-on-Don. Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu, Valery Gerasimov, the Chief of the General Staff of the Army, and other top military commanders and officers attended the meeting. Kremlin did not provide any additional details of the meeting shortly after Putin's visit. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov said Russia was pressing ahead with its goals in Ukraine. Iranian President Ebrahim Raisi said the time had come for action over the conflict in Gaza rather than talk. He said this at Tehran airport before departing for a summit of Arab and Islamic nations in Saudi Arabia. The summit held on the war between Israel and Hamas militants in capital Riyadh. Raisi said Gaza is not an arena for words. It should not be for action. The unity of the Islamic countries is very important today. Iranian Foreign Minister Hossein Amira Abdullahian is accompanying Raisi. He said the summit will send a strong message to warmongers in the region. It would result in cessation of war crimes in Palestine. Raisi added, America sent messages to Iran and several countries saying they do not want an expansion of war. These statements are not consistent with America's actions. Before ending the bulletin, the top stories once again. First train inaugurated in Cox's Bazar, channel of deep sea port in Matarbari. Note selection, Jatiya Party wants fair election. Macron Salman calls on Israel for Gaza ceasefire. Netanyahu rejects. Bangladesh lose to Australia by 8 wickets. Use of RMG workers' movement not expected for political purpose, says Planning Minister. A.R. Rahman heavily criticized for his version of Kazi Nazrul Islam's song. That's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for being with ATN News.